All right, I think we're finally live. Sorry, I'm still kind of getting everything set up. So tonight's a little different stream, just in the way of kind of how I'm set up. As you can kind of see, things are different. It kind of threw me off my mojo a little bit as I was trying to get everything in. So I apologize. I'm still honestly kind of working getting everything pulled up, and then we can chat here. So let me get the chat pulled up. All right, let me make sure that's muted. Pop that out. So I know I am definitely behind schedule. Absolutely behind schedule, actually, as I am very late getting in here to the stream. Who we got here? Lefty, first one in, we got Maria in the Aquatic Monkey Business. Bay Area Aquatics is coming in the house. Mr. Guppy Guru himself. Blake Gordon, Cause Your Fish. Other Tiffany. Let's see. KG Cichlids, good to see you. Leo Contreras, happy to have you here. Koi Dragon Aquatics. Am I missing everybody? And Brent, bent water bottle on a table. I like it. And Riley Booth, always down for some good fish discussion, random fish discussion. Yes, that's what it's going to be tonight. So first things kind of first, as you can tell, things are a little different right now on the camera setup by thing. I'm usually more engaged with the camera. I try to be. I've never been able to really get the camera like dead center to me, but I try to be up and engaged, even as I'm reading chat. So it's going to be a little different tonight in the way of I'm only using my laptop. So I'm going to be, unfortunately, looking at the camera, looking down at the chat, looking at the camera, looking down at the chat. And it's going to be it's going to be a little different tonight, a little awkward. And the reason is the live streaming station that I had down here no longer exists. So some changes are coming, and I specifically know, I was thinking about this. I saw her in the chat. The other Tiffany, I hope I do not make you unsubscribe from me tonight. I really don't. Would make me feel bad. Would absolutely make me feel bad because we are changing things on the live stream. Live streams are going to be continuing. They're just not necessarily going to be in the fish room from here on out. I would like to do some like mobile live streams in the fish room where we maybe take some look at some tanks. But we kind of, let me see if I can pan the camera here. Show you what I did. Sharon's coming to the house. Good to see you. So as you can kind of tell here, I'm very backed up against this wall here. I'm going to show you. Let me pan this around. So there's the lab. Good to see you. Carrie, thanks for being here. Oh, come on, keep going. Okay. Here's what we're working with. I know that's really bad, like camera angles and stuff here. I will put a whole video out on this, but I replaced the Kevin Scholler, thanks for being here. I replaced the computer monitor, so the actual monitor that I had over there. Yeah, the other Tiffany, there it is. I knew that was coming. So I've been thinking about this too. Like the thing with YouTube and the thing with live streams and the community we have, and everybody kind of involved in this, right? The support I get is, I know the decisions I make are going to affect some people more than others in the mindset. And I knew, the other Tiffany, I knew this was going to be a big one for you. I've been thinking a lot about this, of how to better my live streams, but I also knew that when I said I was going to take them away from the fish room, it was going to hurt a little bit. So hopefully it doesn't hurt that much, because I know it's definitely something different. So that's why I'm kind of looking down tonight. Is I no longer have that second screen to keep my head up. So we are on the webcam, the microphone, and all this. But hopefully things are going to be coming. Like hopefully good things are going to be coming here. So the other Tiffany, please forgive me. Stick with me on this one. I hope it's going to be good. Let's kind of dig into some chat here. So KG Cichlids, he says deep substrate bed right there. So that is my shell dweller tank. And trust me, the sand, I did put probably more in there than I needed to. But there's only 3 fish in there, and they literally excavated the tank out towards like a bowl now. So they did all of that. So it's actually not as deep as you think it's going to be. It's just they literally bowled out the sand in the tank right there. We got here. All right. So if you guys have not seen it yet, I released the fish room tour of Because You're Fish today. I think it turned out great. I was very excited to go down there and talk with him. And I have his Daisy Blue Rice fish up in one of the tanks I set up. So Seth was very kind to give me the a new colony of Daisy Rice fish. And check out that video. Seth has got some great ideas, but also more importantly, check out his YouTube channel. And Michael, I'm still going to combat you on that one. When you have a 2-year-old that's on a tantrum that needs a bath and threw spaghetti everywhere, you can talk to me, and then we'll talk about Trent Standard Time. So I was racing to get down here. I know I was late. Just trying to. It's been a 2 weeks. It has definitely been a 2-week standpoint. That's why I just needed a live stream tonight. Talked to the wife about it, and it was all go. So I just needed to get down here, but I also know my wife's been pulling her hair out too, so it was just kind of passing the kid around today, just making sure it was taken care of, and finally got down here. Leo says you guys have been on fire the last few days, videos after videos. Yeah, I know a lot of us have been pumping out some content. I'm getting tired, but that's not mean I'm going anywhere. There's other things going on. So yeah, so no plan for tonight. I have no real idea where this live stream is going to go, what we're going to do, what we're going to talk about. I just need to talk fish. Just literally need to talk fish. So I do think that 19 people watching. Man, I appreciate you being here. I do know. I think Danikin Aquatics is streaming right now, and I'm that guy. Like, I don't mean to step on people's toes, but in my opinion, there's enough fish business to go around for everybody, and this is when I could do it. But yeah. So where was I going with this? No idea. We're just gonna chat tonight. I just needed to get my mind off some things, and just what better way to do that than talk fish. And I saw Marlin Chaser sneak in here. Who else came in? We got some talksome about some lights. Lav, my snails are doing fantastic. All of them are doing great. All of them are still there. The shells look incredible. So I will have a video coming out on that in the next couple weeks. I think I still need to edit that video actually, but check out Lavnia on Instagram. She goes by the mother of snails. Sorry, Michael's asking me about some shells here. Michael, if you're still on the stream, yes, that is the exact one I buy actually, and that is the exact. Container. It's the exact container I bought. So, yep, those shells do great for shell dwellers. I know you're a good dude. I always got to check the phone. Yeah, so Laugh. Snails are doing fantastic. They look absolutely incredible. So if you guys do want to order some great mystery snails, check out Lav. She's got some incredible footage, too, on her Instagram account. Like, she's like a star on Instagram when it comes to snails. Absolutely, absolutely incredible. Yeah, Lav, sounds like you got a 3-year-old. He says, I got a 3-year-old, the master of tantrums. Yeah, my daughter was just on a kick tonight. It was a lot. It was a lot. Anyways, no live stream in the fish room. Barry Aquatics is leaving us. Oh, come on, man. Trust me, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. So let's start there. Okay, since I let that up, we'll start there. So live streams will continue. I'm still looking to do them once a week. I think I may have missed last week, but honestly, guys, these last 2 weeks have been. They've been bad. Let's put it that way. Personal life is good. Like the fish room is fantastic. Some things at work just finally caught up to me. Some politics came into play, and I just kind of had a day of like a frustration breakdown, mental breakdown. I don't even know. And I think you can kind of try so behind the scenes stuff I always put out on Instagram, and I think you can see it on Instagram where like I was down here one night. I was actually working on the new shelving system I put the 20 longs on, and I got the drain lines in, I got the air line in, and I finally was just like, you know what, I'm done. Like I lost all interest in my fish that night. Shut it all down, and I just went up and I started playing Far Cry 5 and just kind of got my mind right again, and that's what I just needed for that night. So like I've kind of overwhelmed myself sometimes. But in the sake, so I've added new tanks. Like so in the fish room, we've added 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new tanks, 9 new tanks. So it's a lot of work, but it's work I really enjoy and work I really love. It's just these past 2 weeks, things just finally caught up to me. And that's why tonight is like, I just need a live stream. I need to be with my fish people. We need to chat. So live streams, yes, live streams will be continuing. I know in the past people have asked me to try and go to a dedicated night at a dedicated time. And I'm thinking that will happen in the future. I've still got to work out some details. So right now for me, I'm thinking it's going to be Monday nights at 7 p.m. the Mountain Standard Time. Don't count on that schedule yet because I still need to work out some details. I still need to make sure I can make that work all around. But with my schedule at work, it's very difficult to find yes, at every Monday. It's very difficult for me to set down a time frame because I don't necessarily have weekends off. I have rotating days off. So I think Monday, though, is the day that I can kind of prep my family for, make sure as soon as I get off work at 6, I can get home, hopefully get a shower in, and then come down for the live stream. We can live stream for about an hour. And I think Monday is my least busiest day at work that I can make that to where I can, make that happen. So not official yet. I'm not going to that schedule just, starting next week. It's probably going to be 2 to 3 months before I'm actually on that schedule because I do have some things in the works that I really want to kind of complete before I do that. But we'll see. I will definitely keep everybody updated on that. So yeah. So live streams. So right now we're in the fish room. We'll continue in the fish room for a few more weeks. But we have a bedroom in our house upstairs that's kind of an extra bedroom. We're not going to be using it. And talking to the wife about it, we want to turn it into like an office space. And she is giving me the thumbs up, the green light. We're go. And we're going to build that office space out to kind of be a live stream office. So I'm going to have a better desk to sit at. We'll have a better monitor that I can hook the laptop up to, get the webcam up and everything, kind of hopefully adjust some lighting in there. So I'd have all these plans for it. And I'm very excited about it because it's going to be much easier to sit there at a full desk, have a good setup going on, the sound quality, hopefully the video quality will get a little better. But that takes time, right? It takes time to complete that. It takes money, so I've definitely got to start cranking out some overtime hours again to, pay for what I want to do for there. It's not going to be the most extravagant live stream station you've ever seen in your life. No, this is definitely still going to be on a budget standpoint. But there's some parts of that new live stream office area that I can't necessarily talk about yet. How do I put this? I'm working out some details that I can't say yet. So I don't want to say much more. Just know that a new office is coming, a new live stream area is coming, and I want to make it right. But then there's parts of it that there's pieces of the puzzle. There we go. That need to fall into place before I actually show you all the details on it. So bear with me, stick with me, be patient with me for a couple weeks here as we get that built out. But I think it's going to be awesome because it's going to allow me to really do more, I think, better quality live streams. Maybe we can even do some sit down talk videos that I can focus on the content that way. I want to set up some shelves in there and display some products around the room. I really want to get some Guppy Guru, right? When I first built the fish room, he bought me this awesome banner that has my logo across it. I really don't have space for it in the fish room anymore. So I'm going to hang that up in this new office. Things like Houston Manzanita, right? Who's a sponsor of my channel. I would love to get a logo up for him on the wall. Maybe do something for Aquarium Co-op, have a shelf dedicated to Aquarium Co-op, all their products going on. So I've got plans for this. It just needs to come together. And one of the biggest things, everything takes money. So we're doing that. We're working towards it. We're definitely working towards it. And I think it's going to be, I'm really excited for it. And I hope the other Tiffany, if you're listening, I really hope that everybody is excited for it. And I hope that it will do everybody justice because you are all the ones that make this happen, right? I could sit down here in my fish room and enjoy it, but I like to share it with everybody. So everybody who's here watching, there were 27 of you on a Sunday night hanging out with me for random fish talk. I can't thank you enough. And it's that aspect of I still have to create content and I have to create an area that's not only functional for me, but is interesting and engaging for you, right? Like if you're not going to watch somebody's channel if you can't hear them, and you're not going to watch somebody's channel if you're not interested in what they have to say, or if you're not interested in what they're showing you. So I want to incorporate more into my live streams to make them an all-around better experience. But I say it's just going to take time to get there. So there we go. That's what we have. New live stream station, or like an office, like a new live stream office is coming, hopefully. So I got, got to get a desk for it. Like the part I can't talk about yet, though, I think it's going to be absolutely incredible when that happens. And a big piece of the puzzle is actually already here. So I have an item. I just can't show it yet. I can't talk about it yet. So a little bit of a teaser that I like to do. All right, back to the chat. So what we got here? Sharon says, I saw the video. Obsess because your fish. I can't thank you enough for being here in the chat. He let me come down and film all of his setups. Guys, he is a beautiful Shodenai puffer. It was absolutely awesome to film, and then just his philosophies and ideas about the fish keeping was awesome. So Seth was a fantastic guy to talk with here. Well, Bay Area Aquatics, you're more reasonable to work with. So if you're throwing your spaghetti on the ground, man, we gotta talk about that. Because and you can't reason with the 2-year-old when we're on a rage train, man. Let's see. KG Cichlids. I like that. Val hitting the surface. Is that Pogo Stemon Stellatus Octopus I see? So let's go this way. You got to be talking about this behind me. So yes, this big plant right here is some Pogo Stemon Stellatus Octopus. I still have not taken it out of the pot, but it's already, and the plant came in huge anyways, but it's already shot off new runners and new plants. And I actually was taking some pieces off and planting them in pots up and around the fish room. So we got that going. All the jungle val came from Guppy Guru, and it took off. Like this is the first time I've actually ever really gotten jungle val to grow correctly, and man, it took off. So this whole tank behind me is going to be Pogo Stamon and Vallisneria, but it's already though, guys. We if you follow me on Instagram, you'd have seen, if I can show you the picture of it. So I had one female for sure come in when I bought the group, but then I noticed that I had a second female come in the group that was actually sexually mature, able to breed, and both females I noticed were holding the other day. It's super cool because they're kind of their lower jaw extends. You can see them rolling the eggs around in their mouth. So I stripped both females, which means I released all the eggs out of their mouth, and oh come on, hopefully that'll focus. We got a massive amount of eggs from both female. I think I counted like over 60 eggs. That's from 2 females, so a huge clutch. Hopefully they're grown up. I've had a lot of the eggs fungus over, and that's one thing I'm trying to combat in my fish room with all these egg layers I'm working with. But I have an idea. I have an idea for a new kind of setup to tumble eggs in and egg tumblers. I'm experimenting right now. I've been doing a lot of research again, and part of that is because of my zebra plecos. So if you follow me on Instagram there, you would have seen some updates on them. But yeah, definitely got some things I'm working on in the fish room. But that tank behind me is awesome. It's absolutely doing amazing. Okay. So catch train, lost my outdoor 75-gallon to anchor worm. I'm sorry to hear that. Was able to harvest a bunch of killifish eggs that should be ready at the end of August, and got some new rice fish that are spawning like crazy. I'm curious to see what rice fish you got. After going down to Because Your Fish and seeing Seth's setup, his outdoor ponds were beautiful. Very well done, very simple, but like it was hard to capture on the video when he reaches down and pulls out this massive like Amazon sword and all these other types of plants that just were growing beautifully. It really got me thinking again of I may play with a small pot again of rice fish outside. Really looking forward to it got my mind thinking. Like that's what I enjoy touring these fish rooms is like Seth got me thinking about so many things. And that 20-gallon he has in his kitchen area that is just jungle, like gorgeous, absolutely incredible. And guys, if you want some of his shrimp, he is selling them. You can get access to them. I think through the Get Gills. But his shrimp are some of the best shrimp I've seen. and he has a huge colony of them. So definitely look him out there. The other Tiffany, I try to be a good dad. I try, but still down here. All right, what we got here? Marlon Chaser, good to see you. I'm glad you're back. I just had to set up an impromptu turtle tank for a turtle my wife brought home. She found on a walk. That's not like her. Yes, we're making it happen. We are converting her to the dark side. You don't know the power of the dark side until you're over here. So turtle is something I still would love to have in my collection, but I just don't have the room for it. Carrie, how is the pond doing? Pond is doing great. All the water hyacinth I put on there is gone. It died. It is not like the waterfall I have going on there. The jungle val I have from Guppy Guru is reaching the surface. I'm actually going to plant, hopefully this is still good, the dwarf lily bulb that Aquarium Co-op sent me. I really want to go plant that outside to see if I can't get that to sprout in there, reach the surface of it. But the goldfish I have in there are doing well. The liner of the pond has this really cool algae that's growing on it from the sun. Temperature staying stable, so I think we're in a good way of it right now. We're actually in a really good way of it, and I'm really, really enjoying it. Marlon Chaser, I appreciate it. Always good to me, very much. I really do appreciate this. Super chat for $20. When you start adding tanks to that live stream room, second fish room, I'll sponsor one. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it very much. We'll see how many I can sneak in there. Talking to the wife, we have plans for one right now. I'm still discussing kind of size and what fish. There's a bunch of different things we still got to work out, but thank you very much. I appreciate you sponsoring that there, getting the $20 on there. Really do appreciate it. Okay, where are we at here? Leo asked, assassin snails or nearite snails, ramhorn snails with shrimp for cleaner. So the thing with snails and shrimp, so Corey actually did a really good job on, I think it's in his latest live stream, the membership drive live stream. He started talking about assassin snails and shrimp and how there's people talk about how the assassin snails can kill the shrimp. I've never personally done that mix, but I'm going to trust his opinion. He was somebody who's kept thousands and thousands of shrimp that he's never had an issue with it. If you want my personal opinion, if you're looking for something to clean algae off the glass, I would go something like the nearite snail. The reason is it's not going to overpopulate because the eggs can't hatch in fresh water. Therefore, it's not going to draw calcium away from your shrimp. Things like the ramhorn snails will help clean up everything, but you're also then going to be taking away food that you're going to have for your shrimp. But in my old tank that I had hundreds of cherry shrimp in the old fish room, I had ramhorn snails in there and pond snails in there. And I never noticed an issue with them. So I think if I was going to do a big shrimp colony and I wanted some snail in there, I would just do nearite snails personally, is what I would personally do. But I agree with Guppy Guru. The ramhorn snails is a great one for cleanup aspect. It does have a lot of good opportunities there. Sharon, Trent, due to you teaching how to successfully breed and raise mystery snails, I have mystery snails of all ages in all of my tanks. That's great to hear. That's one of the best things that I think we as content creators, the feedback we get of, hey, that video actually helped me. That makes me want to do more. That makes me want to really put forth more time and more effort into creating videos and content that's good for individuals. I want to teach. I don't want to show, hey, look what I have. I want to teach people how to do that. And that's why I really enjoyed Guppy Guru filming the fish room and putting that out there. And then, huge shout out to Aquarium Co-op for sharing that video out. I think Guppy Guru's video of my fish room now has over 2,000 views, which is mind-boggling to me that there's over 2,000 people that have seen my fish room now, which is huge to me. And and it's also very humbling too that Peter was, that took some time. We were down here filming for a couple hours. I think he spent over 10 hours editing the video. And then to upload it, he said it took over 24 hours to actually upload that video. So it was a massive video, a lot of content, a lot of work put into it. But so I'm very grateful that Peter was willing to come do that. But I'm also very grateful that he took the time That's why when I go down and film, like Because You're Fish, Jared up in Logan, H2O Crime Services, like when I film these fish rooms, I want to give them the time and the justice that they absolutely deserve, because just like Peter, when I filmed his, I know that he spent time building that. Right? That's kind of his baby, and I don't want to do that an inservice or an injustice. So, yeah, I'm very happy to hear that, Sharon, but I'm also just humbled by the fact that Aquarium Co-op saw the quality of Peter's video and then saw that my fish room was something that he wanted to share out to individuals, because that was the goal of my fish room. Is I want people to see this and I want them to think I can replicate that. Like the shelving system, I'm using 2 of them now, and I still get comments about it all the time. Like, that's going to fall, that's going to fail, it's not strong enough. And here we are. Like, this is one reason why I'm excited to get the new room. Is I literally live stream with a table that's way too small to put my legs under. So it's gonna be nice to stretch out. But where's I going with this? But like the shelving system, the husky racks, the air system, I want people to see it and be like, I can replicate that. I can make that for what I need it to do. So Peter did a fantastic job. If you have not checked it out yet, I'm a little biased. I think it's a fantastic video, and the fish room is one of the best I've ever seen. Okay. Catch a train. What do I do for work? Talked about this a little bit in the past. I don't always like to talk about it on live streams. I'm a correctional sergeant for the Utah Department of Corrections, and I'm gonna we'll leave it at that. It was a long 2 weeks. Saw some things that aren't normal. So, anyways, okay. Let's see here. Lefty, I don't know why YouTube hates you. It looks like you're always getting frozen on the countdown, the final countdown. But we'll always blame it on the YouTubes. Always blame it on the YouTubes. Yeah, Carrie, it's been a busy month for all of us. So in case none of you, I hope some of you have noticed, and the month of July is almost near an end. We had not had our Think Tank live stream. It's myself, Guppy Guru, and Bay Area Aquatics. We were all so busy this month. It was very difficult to get a set time frame down. So I think we're gonna try for the month of August, to get going on there. It was very, very difficult to try and find a time frame. Things are starting to open up again in the world. So I know Michael got busy. Peter's getting more busy. Work was insane for me. I was working a lot of overtime. People were out of town, different vacations, different trips. It was just a lot to finalize and put down. And I think for half the month, my fish room was in pieces because I've still been working on it. But hopefully in the beginning of August sometime, hopefully we'll have that Think Tank live stream out again. Start going on that. Let's see here. So Catch a Train, how big of a tank are you going to have in there? So if you're talking to that new live stream, the office I want to do, I don't know yet. Still in discussion with my wife, because it's when I built this fish room, that was kind of the deal, is I get to stay in the fish room, which I'm totally fine with. I love this fish room. It's small area, like it's just like right now I feel like I'm getting a warm, humid hug from a bunch of fish tanks, because I can touch tank to tank right now. So adding these 320 longs, it definitely kind of shrunk the standing room, but now I have more 10-gallon tanks I get a hold fry in, another 10-gallon, another 20 that I want to breed some plecos in. And then I want to get that fry system set up. Still need to come over here and set up the plant tank, the plants for profit tank, however you want to say that. So I don't know how big of a tank we're going to go yet. Maybe I may do something as small as like a 20-gallon, just to have something in there. I may do something like a 40-gallon, a 40 breeder. I think would be really cool to do in there. I thought about doing like a 40 breeder with like a Shodena puffer in there, because I saw that down at Because Your Fish was absolutely beautiful. 55s are very common. I can find a good 55 with the stand, and do some like rainbow fish in there. I've thought about doing like a 120-gallon and getting another Fahaka puffer in there. I thought about doing like a 125. So it's just all these things too of like, I'm not worried about the weight distribution. It's more so I need to make sure it still is functional for my family and works for everything we have going on there. And I got to, find the good deals and the prices and all that for it. But we'll see. It's something I'm working on, so I don't know yet. But it's kind of what I'm excited about, right? I get to pick something new. Let's see. Tito Sanchez, Aquarium Co-op introduced me to Guppy Guru, and Guppy Guru introduced me to Wel-Don Tanks, and Wel-Don Tanks introduced me to Because Your Fish. The fish family is awesome. Glad you are here, Tito. I 100% agree with you. Is the chain effect you can get from people is fantastic. That's how I found out about a lot of YouTubers out there that are creating content is from other individuals. Peter's come to me like, hey, you should check this guy out. Michael's come to me and said, hey, you should check this guy out. And like I found out about Bay Area Aquatics from Wild Fish Tanks. So Ryan with Wild Fish Tanks put up a post about Bay Area Aquatics, saying he's a new up-and-comer YouTuber. His channel's going to take off, and here he is now with like 10,000 subscribers. And I've created a friendship with him all because Wild Fish Tanks put something out about, Bay Area Aquatics. I found out about Guppy Guru because he he stalked me at a club auction. But I'm really happy you're here, and I'm really happy that I was able to introduce you to Because Your Fish. Seth is going to do some great things for it. And I'm happy that Aquarium Co-op introduced you to Peter, who introduced him to me. I really am. Really happy to have you here, and I thank you for your support. Appreciate you being here. Let's see, the other Tiffany. And a nice large show tank for a background. So working on it. We'll see what we're going to come up with. But I have some ideas for it. I think it's going to be fun to decorate because I still have a bunch of pictures that I purchased from Jimmy of all his photos, like Murphy and some snails and different things that I don't have room for in here now. So I'm really happy to be getting an area that I can put up and show off some like artwork and stuff. Because I know there's a girl in the local Guppy Club that does some great artwork. Peter got some at the last Guppy auction. I really want to get some of those and like display some of those. I really need to get a sticker board going. So it's having this new office to live stream in, I think is going to open up some doors and some possibilities that I kind of maybe closed on myself down here, but all intents and purposes, this was designed to be a breeding fish room, a working fish room, and we're absolutely that now. Like this is 100% like a breeding fish room. Like let's go. That's why I say for the past 2 weeks, the fish room has been on fire. Baby swordtails are getting bigger every day, eating really well. Still waiting for the rams to breed. My guppies are about to drop fry. My blue star endlers have dropped fry. My red-chested endlers from Wild Fish Tanks dropped more fry. The Exotica Dodrii, those fry are doing great. And my Tiger Platy tank, the Bleeding Heart Tiger Platy tank, I found that I had a lone fry in there. No idea who it came from. I had a lone fry in there. Very happy to have that. I'm really frustrated in my crebensis. Nothing from there. But then we got some new fish in the fish room. So like the Daisy Blue Rice fish just came from Seth. Really happy to have those. I got some new, a pair of Lemia is in. Oh my gosh. I think I'm in love. I absolutely think I'm in love. And then the Lemay rice fish. What was fun about that too is from Peter releasing, was it my fish room video? It had to have been. Yeah, so Peter released my fish room tour video. A gentleman on there started commenting, and because in that video, I was in the video of my tour. Geez, wow, okay. When Peter filmed my fish room, we were talking about the black Lemay rice fish, and how I wanted 6 more. And when I was bidding on them, when the price tripled of what I originally paid for them, I was bidding against somebody. I backed out. Well, that gentleman saw that video, commented. So me and him were having kind of a fun, conversation of like, holy cow, like I didn't know it was you I was bidding against. I'm like, yeah, man, like no idea it was you I was bidding against. And like no hard feelings, like 100%. That's what Aquabid's for. That's why you go after the fish you love. But it was a fun connection, like to show how small this world actually is, to see that the guy that outbid me for the black Lemay rice fish saw my fish room tour. And I hopefully like he saw something he liked, right? Like hopefully I did something justice, but it created a cool connection with him. Just another connection to the fish hobby, because we started talking about trading fish. That he may have some rice fish I'm interested in. I may have some live berries he's interested in. So it was really cool how that came out. Let's see. Yeah, Carrie, I'll agree. The Guppy Guru's all right. Like, he puts out some okay. No, I'm kidding. Guppy Guru's awesome. If we can get Barry Aquatics to start pumping some videos out again, like, we want to talk about somebody who can do some production. Michael can put out some production, but yeah, no, Barry Aquatics. Guppy Guru has an incredible fish room going, and I keep looking around at tanks. I'm like, like, I can use that 10-gallon tank for some Chet guppies. We'll see though. The other Tiffany, I am listening and we are excited with you. We might give you a hard time, but really we are supportive. I know you are, but it's so the thing is, I've never felt unsupportive from anybody except the trollers that want to come leave comments and all that, whatever. But like, you get to grow. I think, especially as a smaller content creator, but also just kind of my personality is I get to grow very close with the people I interact with. And even though we're not physically interacting, right, this is all through internet and different things, but like, you still took the time to sit down, turn on laptop, TV, phone, iPad, whatever it may be, to tune into this. And there's interaction of you can ask questions, you can leave a comment, I respond. So it's kind of that back and forth. We build something, and I try and remember kind of the people that show up to live streams. Like, there's some new faces in here. Tito's one of them. I haven't seen KG Cichlids in a while. I know I'm going to lose my spot. Just lost my spot. Like Fish Tank Barn, like, that's super cool to have him in here. Did all these different things. And like HC Aqua's back in. So I think I still build that relationship. So like when I make decisions I know that, yeah, it's all effective, but it's a good way. I don't have no idea what I'm saying. Okay. The desk needs to be a tank. KG, that thing it keeps floating around on Facebook. I think we could figure something out. That would be pretty sweet, right? Do an entire fish tank desk. That would be awesome. Let's see. Yeah, thank you, Lefty, for dropping my Instagram handle. So I do a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff on Instagram. It's easy to snap that picture and keep going with it. So hopefully it's good. Oh, Catcher Turn, you got the Gold Madakas. Love those. Those are down in one of my tubs, and I need to get the fry system going so I can pull spawning mops out. So I can definitely start raising some of those. So I think that I will have a bunch of those going on there. Let's see. Because You're Fish, Trent, are those rare live bears the Zuganaticus tequila, if that's even right? So I know which ones you're talking about, Seth, and that is the correct one. So I don't have those in my possession. The ones that I really have, I think they're my most rare, is my Exotica Dodrii. But the tequila ones, I've been watching those on Aquabid, and I want some, but I'm not willing to pay for those. Like, I think every time I see them pop up, it's like the 6 fry are going for over $200, and I don't have the backing yet to go down that rabbit hole that far yet. Fortunately, I was very able to get my Exotica Dodrii local for like $30 for 8, and now they're going to be fantastic. But yeah, I do know which ones you're talking about because you're fish, and I want some of them. Let's see. These cats are trained. There's that one guy with the 800-gallon background tank, so I'd expect something in that range. Oh, just you wait. Just you wait. Maybe challenge accepted. Maybe I'm just going to knock out that wall between rooms and just install this like massive 5,000-gallon tank. That'd be awesome. AC Aqua, do appreciate you being here. Let's see. Lav is correct. Mystery snails go well with shrimp as well. HC Aqua, the mystery snails you gave me are breeding like crazy. Good to hear. I am glad for that update. That kind of crosses my mind every now and then if the snails I sent out made it. So I hope they're doing good for you. I hope everything's welcome or going well for you out there. I really do. So I'm glad. Good to hear that. So yeah, AC Aqua, if you want the queen of snails, the mother of snails, check out Lavny on Instagram. She has all the hookups when it comes to the mystery snails part of that. Because Your Fish sounds like Tito's been binge watching your channel, which I love to do sometimes. I think it's when I first met Guppy Guru. That's what I started doing too. Is I binge watched his entire channel, and then when I found out about Bay Area Aquatics, I was going back through and binge watching all of his stuff too. So really, really cool. Let's see. Leo, would adding. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that? Yeah, no, I'm right there. Okay. Whew, things are going weird. Leo, would adding a coolie loach be bad to that planet tank? They would eat the shrimp, huh? So I know coolie loaches would love life in a planet tank. They would absolutely, a little danger noodle running around through your plants and love all the cover of it. I don't personally know about the eating the shrimp. So hopefully somebody in the chat can give you an idea. I've never kept coolie loaches. I've seen them. But I personally, I think they would be fantastic in a planet tank. I just don't know how they would go well with the shrimp. So if anybody in the chat has experience with that, help Leo out and let him know. Ali Patton, thanks for being here. And yeah, Guppy Guru did a great job. I really appreciate all the support he did for me on that one. Let's see. Tiffany, thank you. I really do. I enjoy my fish room. I do. It's still a work in progress. I think it's always going to be a work in progress. But, you know, it wouldn't be a fish room if it wasn't that. I'm just excited that it's running, and I'm excited to see that, like, we're having productivity come out of this. So the swordtail's going to be dropping fry again soon. I think the shellies are getting set up to breed. I think my new pair of Lemias, I think the female's gravid, which I would love to see. Let's see. Where is it? Where'd it go? Fish Tank Barn is lurking. I appreciate you being here. That's really cool. It's easy. Some of these bigger names I see pop in every now and then. It's awesome. I really appreciate it. But everyone else appreciates you too. It's just I am always humbled by the support we get on these live streams. Absolutely am. Missing something here. Barry Aquatics. You mean you never sold the 220 and that's going in the live stream room? So cool. Wouldn't that be like the best like gag joke ever? Like, hey, just kidding. You know, you thought that the waterfront had my Mabu puffer and you thought we were putting up this rack instead of the 220. Surprise! I still got the 220. I still got the Mabu puffer. I wish. Absolutely wish. That's why one of the things I'm kicking around is getting another Fahaka puffer. Is one I know I can keep long term. I can keep for life. Actually, we'll see. Don't know where we're at yet. For one trip, a half-gallon tank. Ooh, what if I did like a wall, the entire wall in half-gallon tanks? And each of them had a pair of shrimp. Go find like the rarest shrimp. That'd be amazing. Lefty, do a 20-gallon. Let the wife pick the fish. You know, my wife actually surprises me every now and then, like with what she knows about fish. I guess I talk about it enough that she throws out some information every now and then. Oh, I just went all the way down to the bottom. All right, what we got here? Barry Aquatics, if you make me a hand turkey, that will be put up on the wall. 100% will be put up. Will be put up on there. But you're gonna have to fight Marlin Chaser for it, because according to Marlin Chaser, there won't be room for the artwork with all the racks in the stream room. But that's one thing I want to do. I think with this space I'm gonna have, like, it would be cool to put up some like local art and different things like that, and go from there. Let's see. HD Aqua, I don't know if Jimmy's printing again. So I bought these prints, 3 years ago now? 2 years ago? And that's kind of how I had them up in my old fish room. I've been hanging on to them since I got here. So I don't know if he's printing again. His stuff is difficult to find every now and then. Like Google, for whatever reason, this is not like him. Which is too bad. But yeah, I don't know. I hope he does some prints again, because I'm sure he's got some new ones that I would love to get from him. Because I have the Murphy shot, the big beak in it, and I have his snail crowning some plant, and I love them. So I'm really excited to get those coming back up there. Fish Tank Barn, you'll need to check out the Lemia. Lemia Melanagstar. Sounds incredible. Yeah, I'm falling in love with these Lemias. I have two species of Lemia in the fish room now, and they're quickly becoming some of my favorites. So God, this is how the 2 weeks have been. My brain is so fried. The wild type live bears. There we go. There's one thing I'm absolutely loving right now. Really enjoying. Got a couple of those in, so would have really enjoyed it. So HC Aqua. Now if you can, the guy who overbid you for the Red King Medaka, yeah, that's going to be the one. Like, that's kind of going to be my white whale fish is I'm going to chase down. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be intense fighting for those red king madakas, but it's absolutely something I really, really do want to get into the fish room. It says like Bay Area Aquatics is going down the rabbit hole of buying some new fish. Would love to think that. Bay Area Aquatics hit the think tank, man. Got it. All right, where are we at here? So if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to drop in the chat. I just wanted to just live stream tonight. Just live stream, get away from the world, shut off things, come nerd out on fish, talk fish. And it's nice just to take a breath and relax, right? Talk fish, kind of just nerd out. But if you got questions, definitely put them down in the chat here. We can start going on. I'm going to try to go for that hour mark, but things are going good. We got 30 solid people in here. And I think we can go for like that hour and a half mark tonight. We'll see. I know So Lab is asking, what's the best silicone to use for repairing a seam in a 30-gallon? Looks like Bay Area Aquatics and both Guppy Guru got in there. So yeah, so it's the GE Silicone 1 is the one I've used for that. You really want to make sure it doesn't have anything like mold inhibitors in or anything. You can buy quote unquote like aquarium silicone online, but you're going to pay 3 times as much as you would like your local hardware store. So if you can find the GE Silicone 1, that'll work perfectly for any fish tank. Won't harm anything at all. HC Aqua, there's a lot of crazy people in here surfing in the storm and surf today. We had a storm come through over the weekend, and it cooled things down here. It was nice. It was pushing like 100 degrees the day before, and the rain came through. Oh, always nice. Always nice. So Leo's asking me about some snails back east somewhere. So that's the thing is like I get all these packages in, and you think that I would pay attention to like the return address and where they came from, and I do for that brief moment, and I quickly forget. So Leo, if you want to find Lavnia on Instagram, she can direct message you all of her price list and all of that. She did for me. So if I can reach the bottom of the chat kind of thing, and Lav's giving me okay, I can possibly talk a little bit about that here in the chat. But I like to that's her area of expertise, so we're going to let her go on that. But I will say she's reasonable prices, especially for the quality of snail you're going to get. So no, myself, I think Peter ordered some from her, but just these are by far the best quality mystery snails I've ever had. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see. Yes, Tito, Guppy Guru has spread that guppy love. So I used to have some guppies that he actually has now, but we'll see. We'll see kind of what comes in here. Lewis, good to see you. I think your first time in here. If you get a chance, love to hear about those uncommon live bears. So it depends on which ones. So I've got my Exotica dodrii. I know, is it Select Aquatics? I think he has them for sale. I have some fry, and I want to. So where am I going with this? Okay, so we are so close to reaching that 2,000 subscriber mark. I think we're like 12 away from 1,900. So 2,000 is coming around the corner quick. We're gaining subscribers every day, so thank you so much to everybody. So I have some fry in the fish room that I want to offer up for sale. I want to offer some adults up for sale. But one of the things I'm going to be doing though in that giveaway I'm going to do with the 2,000 subscribers will be offering up like a trio of fish or some fry, some from fish. I may do like a couple of groups of that kind of thing. So before I sell anything, I'm making sure I want to reach that 2,000 mark and give somebody the chance to get some of my fish they want before I sell them all off. So the Exotica dodrii, it's one of my favorite live bears now. The males get these beautiful like rainbow coloration going down their side. It's fairly subtle. It just catches it. If you catch it in the right light, it's a rainbow flash. Really, really pretty fish. A little aggressive, but they've been very interactive for a live bear. You can do the Star Wars thing where you put your hand in the tank and they all rush to come eat. So feeding live baby brine in that tank, there are like little piranhas everywhere. I got some 2 species of Lemias in here. I've got the humpback Lemia. I've from Dan's Fish, I got a video on that coming out. And then I bought a pair of the Lemia Perugia from Aquabid. And the way I describe it, it's like a miniature size sailfin molly. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Really looking forward to working with those more. And I got some Amica Splendens I absolutely am in love with. They're like a miniature trout. Looks super cool. And then I got a video coming out on all these fish. I purchased some yellowberry live bears. I think they're called the Cuban live bears from Wild Fish Tanks. And those guys are awesome. I was actually pulled the females out, and I thought they were Lemias. Like, I was really confused what they were, but no, absolutely, absolutely beautiful fish. All righty. Yeah, AC Aqua, be careful out there with everybody on that Hawaii side of things. Be careful of that hurricane coming in. Hope you're, take care there. Calypso's Reefs, first time I've seen you in here. I appreciate you being here. I really do appreciate you being here. Carrie, I see it. Let me get a drink of Coke. My mouth's running dry. Carrie coming in with the super chat. Thank you so much, everybody. I really do appreciate all your support. Even the time you take to be here, shows that we're gaining, right? Like, we're doing something right. All the views coming on the videos, can't thank you all enough. Really do appreciate that. So, Carrie, Trent finally got the hubby on board for an above-ground 180-gallon pond. Any tips? Wanting to overwinter common goldfish. So if you're not digging, my tip would be hang on here. So, all right. So if you're going above ground, I'm going to take it you did it like me and did not dig down any. So I would focus on getting, because I'm going to try and overwinter my fish this year, and that's why I went with the height I did, was to hopefully, if I need to, I could even get some air filtration in there just to keep the surface agitation going, so hopefully it doesn't freeze over. So the 180-gallon pond, so mine's 400. My tip would be I would focus more on the depth of your tank than the actual width and length of your tank. You're going to want to find kind of a unique balance in that, just to make sure. You're going to want the depth for your fish to get out of any heat you have. You're going to want the depth for your fish to get to the warmth. But then you're also going to make sure you have kind of the length and the width of the fish to have a good swimming area. But then my other tip would be if you're going to go a pond liner route, buy a larger pond liner than you're actually going to need. There are some websites you can find that teach you how to measure for a pond liner. Mine was almost too short. It was almost too short. My wife made it work, and it's holding. It's doing great. But I would have bought a bigger pond liner if I did my pond again. So that's my tips. Make sure you have the depth needed to overwinter goldfish. If you really got to think about in the future of how cold it's going to get. Here in Utah, we rarely dip below 0. So I know I'm going to be in teens, below freezing common times. But I think with the sun I can get, and hopefully kind of build a lid to go on top of it, I think I can do it. So I would make sure you have the correct depth you're going to need to overwinter, and then buy a bigger pond liner than you're going to need, because it will allow you to line it much easier, than you can trim off all the excess on it. Let's see here. HC Aqua, I love it. So HC Aqua brought his precious Mado air pump in the house just in case. I'd be doing the same thing. So HC Aqua has one of the most unique setups, and I love it because it's all outside. He's got an open. I would love to do something like that. Hey, build a greenhouse standpoint with open screens to let all that fresh air in, all that sunlight in, and HC Aqua, you've got some of the prettiest fish I've ever seen. So absolutely love it. Lefty says, my first order ships tomorrow. I'm nervous. So it sounds like, are you shipping your fish? I think you're shipping for the first time. Well, congrats. Yeah, the first time I ship fish I'm going to be a nervous wreck. That'll most likely be with that giveaway we're doing. All right. So, yeah, looks like Lefty got Lavnia's Instagram in the chat. So if you, Leo, if you want to find that, and anybody else looking for mystery snails, hands down, check out Lavnia, the mother of snails. Shipping was perfect. And then on her Instagram, she has all these informational videos. And like she just did one on building Snello. It's an awesome superfood for snails. And then she did my favorite though are the time lapses she does. She'll put food in and you watch this horde. Like we're talking like horde of snails rush down. Well, I say rush down, but she puts it on she speeds up the footage like but rush down to the food. And it's so freaking cool. It is so cool to see hundreds of these snails rush the food. Really cool. Leo coming in. I appreciate the super chat for $4.99, $5. That may buy me a pizza tomorrow. Kidding. That's going towards the new live stream area. That's going to take some time. Should I get a trio of guppies or is a pair good enough from Guppy Guru? Uh-oh. And do you use breather bags? The weather right now is crazy. So, Leo, so Peter has a video dedicated on his channel to how he ships fish. I think he has switched over. Peter, let's see. Yep, so he does use breather bags. So if I was in your position and you could afford to, I would recommend a trio. That's what I started with on my metalhead guppies here that I have in the fishery right now. Is I was fortunate enough to get a trio. I think you have the best odds with the trio. One, you get two females, right? It's usually two females, one male. But like right now, like my swordtails, I have a trio of my swordtails, and I try to give one of the females to the waterfront so we could have a full pair to sell. But his comment was, well, keep your females just in case. Because with a trio, let's say you lost one of your females. You can still breed those guppies. You can still hopefully get success from them. And then if you lose the male, it's an unfortunate standpoint, but then it's where you hope that those females came in gravid. You can then get some fry, raise them up, and kind of continue the breeding from there. So I would recommend a trio, and then you can't go wrong getting from Guppy Guru. He's got some incredible fish right now. If they're on there, check out his check guppies. Things are beautiful. All right, where are we at here? The other Tiffany. Let's see. Are you breeding your endlers or guppies? Do you cull for color into a mutt tank? So I am working on breeding both. My guppies have not dropped fry yet, but I can tell that one of the females is getting ready to. Both species of endlers I have in here have both dropped fry. Very excited about that. I will. I don't know yet, Tiffany. I don't know if I will be polling. We'll see. I definitely will be doing some culling in the way of bent spines, bad finnage, things like my swordtails. I'm definitely going to go through, make sure all those are healthy. But I think I'm not going to spend as much time line breeding for color. The one I may do on that, if I can actually get them going, would be like the German Blue Rams to keep that line going. If I ever, venture down the path of the Dark Knight Rams, because I have confirmed it. There is a gentleman here in Utah that paid good money to get a bloodline from the Middle East, and he has bred them. He has successfully bred them. I have seen a verified video of the fry, and the parents are literally just as good as Dean's. So, and like that's saying something. Like, and Dean spent some time on those on his Midnight Rams. So I've seen them. They're in Utah. I have kind of a connection to it. I don't know if they're going to be available. I don't know when, and I don't know if I'm ready yet to take on that challenge. But that would be something that would definitely line breed. Where I think with my guppies, I'm not going to be entering to any shows. If I see some bad colors, I'll pull them out. Maybe toss them out in the pond just kind of see how they do. My endlers, though, my Blue Star endlers, I've been debating on continuing to really line breed for that double sword tail that they got going on. But yeah, the other one I've thought about line breeding more is the Tiger Platy, and it's also it's space, right? I just don't necessarily have the space for it because my goal here is to create lots of fish and then get lots of fish into lots of people's hands. It's kind of the ultimate goal from there. Where am I at? Fish tank barn, make sure you keep the Lemia warm. They fall apart if they get too cold. That's interesting. That's actually some really sound advice. I appreciate that very much. because right now the door's open in the fish room. It's like dying here live streaming if it's not. So I know, like, because my Exotica Dodrii, if you get them too hot, they're chasing the laser. I'm using my my heat gun and they're chasing the laser. That's awesome. If the Exotica Dodrii, if you get them too hot, they actually fall apart. And I did not know about that. Did not know that about the Lemias. So thank you for that tip. I really do appreciate that. So far, everybody's looking really good, and I may have to shuffle them around some tanks. I know what tanks get hottest in the fish room, so maybe do some of that. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, Leo, good luck choosing a pair, a trio from Guppy Guru, man. He's got some good ones on there. Let's see. Yeah, Barry Aquatics. You don't count when it comes to overwintering things. But if you guys have not seen his rosy red minnows out there and his outdoor tubs are on fire. Like, they're feeder fish out there, and I think you bought them for 20 cents a fish. They are some of the most red and orange fish, and this looks super cool. Absolutely looks super cool. Okay, where are we at? Sorry, I'm just gonna catch up on the chat here. So the other Tiffany is picking labs, mind knowledge on all of that. All right. Blake Gordon says, I saw those black rams last week in person. They look so good. So let's see. Blake, are you local, Blake? I think you are local. Okay, so you've seen him in person then. And you're one step ahead of me on that one. Yeah, so fortunately, so my connection came through the waterfront. Lewis was able to kind of talk with the gentleman that has them, saw some video of them. He got the video from him. So I'm excited that they're in the States, and I know I think HC, you're bringing some black rams, aren't you? I think you have them. So they're coming around. I think they're awesome. I still just need to get my German blue rams going. So I think what I need to do, because right now I have the male in there with 3 females, and I think what I'm going to do is separate out 2 of the females, so I just have the pair, because they've definitely showed interest in each other. I think I just have too much commotion going on in there with the other females, but if I can get those things breeding, the colors on those rams would be good. It would be really, really good. Blake. Okay, you're Seth's brother. Yes. So Blake, he spoke very highly of you. Something biology, right? You're doing something with fish, or did something with fish, but it sounds like you've also got some a fish room going on as well. So yeah. So Seth talked a lot about that. It sounds like you were talking some. Trading back and forth some fish, different things like that. So I think you got some cichlids going on, so that's cool. Thank you for being here. It really means a lot you're here. Yeah, it was fun to listen to Seth talk about the relationship you guys have. So really, really happy with that. All right, just over that hour mark, and still got 30 people here. What else we got? What else can I even talk about? I got things going on, but. Okay. Well, HC Aqua, good luck with those the fry. So I tried ordering some through the waterfront. He successfully brought them in. They just were not black. They were not black at all. They were definitely more like a dark blue. So I guess you can call them dark rams, but I think the ones you have are even darker than the ones I've seen in person. So we'll see what comes on there. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining me. Really do. I really do appreciate everybody joining me. So I just needed to get away. Just needed to kind of clear my mind, get away, join the fish fam, talk with people. But and thank you everybody again for all the support coming my way. I can't thank everybody enough for the views we're getting, the super chats we're getting. You guys are all amazing. So right now, checking out the YouTubes, we are at 1,884 subscribers. So was that 16 off 1,900? So we're there. We are closing in on that. So I do have, I'm watching close attention to that. I think it'd be fun to be in the new office for that 2,000 mark. Hopefully we'll be. I don't know yet. It depends on how fast, because now with Guppy Guru's video having over 2,000 views, I'm hoping people will see what I'm doing here, like what I'm doing here. We can get more subscribers in. But yeah, so that 2,000 mark, what I'm kind of thinking of doing is like a 2-hour live stream, some dedicated nights and like some good things. Maybe I can even get some guests on the live stream. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. But I think we're going to wrap it up. I'm tired. You know what? I really want to go play some Far Cry tonight. I think that's what I'm going to do. Go play some Far Cry. So, maybe we could nerd out on that for a minute. If none of you have played, let me know. So if any of you are all the video game nerd type like I am, let me know. Like, what's your favorite video game to play right now? And are you, Lefty done? So I'm tired, man. So like that's the other thing. We've been cranking out our basement. So these last 3 days, I've been in the fish room. I think I was down here to like 3 a.m. one night. We've been putting up baseboards. My wife is absolutely an incredible person. She figured out these stair skirts we have going up the stairs, and like she put those up, painted those. Like we have got carpet getting installed tomorrow, which then I can start on the saltwater tank. So that's coming. And then like it's been a busy week. I broke my sprinklers, so I had to fix that. Oops. But we got coming in here. So Lefty, which Far Cry? So I personally, Far Cry 5 is my favorite, absolute favorite. I think I'm playing through it right now for like my 5th time, but I have so much fun in that one. I played all the other Far Cries. And I'm really excited for Far Cry 6. Far Cry New Dawn was kind of lackluster, but I think Far Cry 6 can be awesome. But Far Cry 5 was the best. And then I still playing the OG Final Fantasy 7. Played the remake on that. And then the World of Warcraft. You and my wife would be friends. So my wife tried to get me to play World of Warcraft one time, and I tried it. I started it, and I was like I got so frustrated because I was asking like, how do you do this? She's like, we'll push that button. Like, I am pushing that button. Like, just make the dang thing move. So I got banned from playing Warcraft. I couldn't do it. Other Tiffany, like Dr. Mario. Are you talking like original Dr. Mario, like back on the Game Boy? That thing was awesome. Or maybe like Dr. Mario, like I say original, right? It's probably back on like the NES, like Dr. Mario. Like that's some good times right there. For the Horde, everybody likes the Horde. I think that's what I played too, is the Horde. Yeah. So thank you everybody for coming on the stream. If you're hanging around here still, we're just kind of. This is that like point where Trent's tired and Trent's mind's tanking, but we're just chatting really quick to have some fun here. Let's see. Lefty says, Blood Elf or bust. Sharon, thank you for being here as always. Sharon is by far like one of the best supporters I have. Every video, every live stream, she's always here, always commenting. Cannot thank you enough, and I love chatting with you about your rice fish. Allie, thanks for being here. Carrie, my wife, is amazing. She absolutely is. So if you've dug way back into my channel, there was kind of a point where it was either my family or my fish. Chose my family, and that's kind of why I went away for a while. But now that we're here, we have a really good relationship right now, and things are good. She's letting me do all this, but like she has probably done 80%, not 90%, if not 90% of the work herself on our basement. Like I helped with the framing. Like Guppy Guru came and helped with the framing. His fiance came and helped with the framing. We've had a family help with the drywall. Like every step of the way, she has been, here, like working on this, doing this. She put all the baseboards in herself. I helped a little. I mean, I was just kind of holding the stair skirts, but she made them herself. She installed them. She just painted them today. She painted the basement. Like I come home from work and she's like, ta-da! Look what I did. Let's see here. So Carrie, thanks for being here. Let's see. Allie says, I quit playing WoW when MOP came out. Yeah, Lefty. So I still have a nest. If you want to get in the nest days, Dragon Warrior. That was a game. That was awesome. The Tiffany. See, I caught myself. Game Boy, dude. The original Nintendo. Yep. So I still have one of those. But if you want to go like my childhood, when I was a kid growing up, it was Pokemon. I'm the Pokemon nerd, and I grew up on that. Lefty N64. So my brother still has his N64. GoldenEye 007. You get some Super Mario 64. So like the sad thing is, I think I was in my teens before I actually collected all the stars on the N64 Super Mario. But that was a day. We got Mr. Braden Tervort in the house. Appreciate you coming in, man. We're nerding out video games right now. Don't know how much longer we'll be on. Let's see. Marlon Chaser, always appreciate you being here. You've been such a great support to me in these live streams. Hope you and your family are well. I don't know if you've heard Marlon, but I may break your daughter's heart. I named my betta fish Sonic, but hopefully she likes that one. Hopefully your daughter still approves of the betta fish Sonic. He's actually hanging out up here in the Blackwater tank. I think we're going to move him to a different tank, though, just as we're kind of, cruising things around. Let's see here. Otter Creek Aquatics coming in. Appreciate you. Good to see you here. Otter Creek, do you game at all? We're talking video games right now towards the end of the chat. Because you're fish, I had 2 second-gen Charizards, just saying. So because you're fish, I still have my original first-gen Charizard, just saying. But yeah, Charizard's the boss of all bosses. You want to talk about a Pokemon, man? Yeah, Charizard. Love me some Charizard. I see, like in the original Pokemon games, like the very first, like I remember when I went to the store with my mom. What was it? So okay, flashback. This is gonna be weird. If any of you or my age or have kids, all these different things. My elementary school, we had what was called like tracks. So you would go to school for a couple weeks. You'd get like off track for like 3 weeks, and you go back to school. And it was so. Anyways. But I think it was the beginning of that. My mom took me to Shopko, which was still around at the time. And for like my off-track period, she was giving me a new Game Boy game. And I remember going over, they had this still when they had the stand-up cases you could spin. And I remember spinning that and seeing the Pokemon Blue version. Had no idea what Pokemon was. I think the TV series was just coming out, it has just launched. And I'm like, I want that. No idea what it was, and that started my my Pokemon just series and my everything Pokemon, man. I was everything Pokemon. So it's fun now that my nephew is getting into Pokemon, so he comes running over check out my Pokemon cards, and it's yeah, those are freaking awesome. But let me teach you about the OG Pokemon, those Charizards and stuff. So really cool. The other Tiffany from Pokemon to Rice Fish. Gotta collect them all. Absolutely, 100%. Tito, thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate you being here. I'm really happy you came in and found us all. To see Otter Creek Aquatics. Oh, yeah. I've had a lot of different consoles. Probably one of my favorites of all time is Crash Bandicoot on PS1. My wife would agree with you. She loved Crash Bandicoot. Ali Patterson, my first game was pole position on Atari. I'm aging myself. I love hearing about those. My dad, he remembers when his neighbor got Pong, the original Pong. He remembers that. Guppy Guru, my spirit Pokemon is Gyarados. Gyarados is a boss. So I'm the who's kind of my Pokemon that I always like. Everybody loves Pikachu. Everybody loves Pikachu, but for me. Charizard would be awesome, but hear me out on this one. Charizard, we all know Charizard's the most powerful. Okay, hear me out on this one. Blastoise, man. You get some of those shoulder cannons going on, the bro lifts. Blastoise lifts. Absolutely. Lefty, I don't know, man. Ash's Charizard just about took out Gary's Blastoise. I know my Pokemon stuff, man. All right, man. I am going so far down this hole. Oh, we got all the Trevorts jumping on. We got Ethan Trevort coming in here. Appreciate you. Banjo Kazooie. I remember playing that one. That was a good one. Let's see. Yeah, Lefty's so I remember between the blue version, the red version, blue, OG version, but then the crystal version, you get the gold and silver, that crystal version. I put hundreds of hours into the crystal version. I think I had everything. Otter Creek Aquatics, Dragonite, that was a good one. Dragonite was awesome. I remember there was a Pokemon episode where Pikachu grabbed onto Dragonite's head and just zapped the crap out of him. All right. We have gone so far off the rails. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. Let's see. HC, have you heard of those dwarf Madakas? They're smaller than chili raspberries. I have some. but I think might be all males. All right, you have got me interested. If you're talking a Medaka fish that's smaller than a chili rasbora, I'm interested. Those sound incredible. Small, because I have amber tetras up here, and then because your fish, he has rasboras. Those things are tiny. That'd be awesome, huh? Okay. Savage Cows, thanks for being here. This is the first time seeing a live stream. I appreciate you being here. I promise I don't always go off the rails. BioShock for me, gaming. Thank you. Have a good night. I remember BioShock. That was a good game. That was a good one too. Good night, Lav. Appreciate everybody coming in. I know we're winding down. I know. I'm still having fun geeking out over these things. Lefty's asking the HC, does it look like Trent's little buddy fish? That's just a puffball of fins. So I've nicknamed that fish the butterball. That's my orange Medaka. That's just a marble of fins. It's awesome. Orizias minitulus. See, the Guppy Guru, like, you ask how he finds all these things, but you got to think about this. Hawaii is like ocean locked. So I guarantee you, like, they have things in Hawaii that none of us even know about because they're all like, yeah, keep those mainlanders over there. Like, if I'm ever out in Hawaii, like, HC's place is definitely one of those things I absolutely want to see out there. Otter Creek, I'm not breeding any tetras or rasboras. I have thought about trying to breed some tetras. I just haven't, but they're cool. Love tetras. I mean, maybe if the ember tetras go crazy, because I actually have Harlequin rasboras and ember tetras up in my 22-gallon rimless. All right, everybody. I appreciate you all so much for joining me, coming in, but I think we're going to shut it down now that we went off on the rant of Pokemon and all the different things. But HC Aqua, I'm definitely interested in these Orizias minitulus. Otter Creek. HC walks out his back door and finds fish never seen before. You know, that's probably true. Like, I got a buddy in Montana that he has shot deer off his back porch. That's just kind of what that is out there. So it wouldn't surprise me if, you know, HC steps off his back porch and puts a net into a little puddle. What is this? You know, world's first. Dwarf Medaka. Okay. I'm going down a rabbit hole tonight. You know, HC, I was supposed to go play some Far Cry 5 after I put the kid to bed, but I think we're going to go down the rabbit hole of these miniature Medaka fish. This is going to be a fun night. Let's see. So the Travorts are asking, what fish are behind you? So the fish in this immediate tank behind me, they are called the Egyptian mouth brooder. That's the multicolor Victoria. And I got a bunch of other things in here. My favorite fish I have right now is going to be one of my Exotica Dodrii. Love those. See, AC just proved it. I was in a stream yesterday and actually found some native gobies. That's awesome. The other Tiffany, can you screen share a picture of the tiny fish you were talking about? And then Barry Aquatics, next live stream, new rice fish I bought. You would not be wrong on that. Because God only knows that I'm going to go find these on like Aquabit or eBay for like $1,000 and be like, just sleep, touch, boom. Yeah, here, Tiffany, hang on. Let me see if I can hurry and Google this, and then this will kind of be our departing Orizias minitulus. All right. Let me hit share screen, application window, Chrome tab. All right, kind of our departing thing here. So this is just a quick Google search. But HC Aqua is going to be our go-to on this one. This is what the first one that comes up on the seriously fish. Cool little fish. Let's go back. Let's see what this thing. What does these things tell me about this? What does seriously fish tell me about this? It's collected from a small canal in Bangkok, Central Thailand. Let's see. How big do they get? That's what I don't know. Here we go. Maximum standard length, 10 to 17 millimeters. Millimeters. Okay. more Googling. Millimeters, huh? Millimeters to inches, because I'm dumb. What was that? Oh my God. These things are tiny. Wow. All right. Yep, I'm interested. HC Aqua, we may be talking, man. We may be talking about some of these fish, but all right, everybody. I appreciate you all. Love you all. Thank you so much for all the support from this one. Absolutely, really appreciate you. Tito, I'm moving to Hawaii. Tito, if you're moving, like maybe just pick me up on the way. Like we can go together. Carrie says, I know you're wanting to go. I don't ever know if I ever want to go. I just figure at this point. So 8:30 is my max. I'm reaching that. We got to go get the kid to bed, or kind of like the hour and a half is kind of my max time frame. But I was a few minutes late getting into this. But we've gone so far off the rails into Pokemon and video games. But I'll always stay in chat. You know me. Lefty's usually the one that's like, one more question. All right, Carrie, I know. Let's see. What snails would you prefer for a Fahaka puffer? So feeding constantly, I love ram's horn snails. I found so with my Mabu puffer and even my Fahaka puff in the past when I had them, they seem to see the ram's horn better. I think just whatever the way the shell is, it had a better time getting it. It seemed to occupy them a little bit more. Pond snails, the bladder snails is kind of my next favorite to that one. You know, both are so prolific breeders that you can actually dedicate a tank to that. But if you keep other, like if you have, let's say you have one main tank for your puffer, you can set up like a 10-gallon planted tank next to that and just jump in snails and let them go crazy. You can have food for days, food for life. The other thing that I did and will be doing, so let's say theoretically I get another Fahaka puffer and I set up like a 120-gallon fort or something in this live stream office area, I would purposely plant in Malaysian trumpet snails. Now, you're going to read the things on the internet of people saying like Malaysian trumpet snails, the shells are too hard, it'll break your puffer's beaks. I personally never had an issue with that, and I want to plant the Malaysian trumpet snails because my Mabu puffer was the best at this. He would cruise around the tank at night blowing sand looking for snails. And let me tell you, if you've never seen that natural interaction from a puffer fish, you need to. Super cool to look. You watch him literally, it's like puff air. The sand blows. So the fish is kind of doing this, puffing air. And it is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah. Really, really cool. So I don't try and skip comments, my man. I just try and keep up with everything going on, and I kind of kick where they are. So I am streaming with StreamYard. It's a free software online. It just allows me to set up my screen and audio a little better, but then I actually go into YouTube to pull the chat from to kind of keep up on that one. But all right, everybody. Appreciate you all. Love you all. Thank you so much for the support. So I say, planning in the future to do Monday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Don't plan on that definitely just yet. Got to figure some things out. But live streams will hopefully be happening. Kind of depends on my work schedule. It's going to be very busy these next few weeks. But hopefully in the beginning week of August, or hopefully just sometime in August, we can do the Think Tank live stream again. So check that out. Make sure that you see that. Yeah, appreciate you, all of you. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me. HC, really interested in these rice fish you got going on. So hopefully everybody's doing well. And I think it was the other Tiffany gave me an idea for an outro. And we're going to try it tonight, see how it kind of flows off the tongue. So we'll see you guys in the next one, and make sure your tanks are well done. I like it. Felt good. Felt good. Felt good. All right.